Was it in the London one of the London meetings for Pete?
Yeah, International Congress, Development Congress, ISDC. Yes.
Yes, we have met at a few. Did we meet in Jerusalem?
Okay, we are live on YouTube.
Yes.
So, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. This is the final event of our 2021 Congress of the Space Renaissance International. The Congress was closed the 30th of June, and we had 15 days to allow all our members to vote any final motions and for the new president and board of directors.
Good.
We have a good result of the voting. We more than.
Can the person whose radio is going mute themselves? It's a tremendous distraction.
Yes.
I'll go see if I can do something about that.
Just mute yourself.
Just make yourself mute.
It's not me. It's somebody in the other end of the room.
And if
Yes,
you
but
mute
you can-
yourself,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
Finally.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Michael, just unmute when you want to talk. Okay. Great. So I was saying that we had a good result with the voting session, and more than 60% of our members voted for the final resolution for the two motions on the thesis, on the Congress thesis, and for the new president, Professor Bernard Foing, and for the new board of directors. So this evening is not a meeting. This is a party, and we have to applaud to our new direction, and I will now open the bottle, and we will have a toast together. Okay, and then I will pass the baton to the new to our new president. Okay, let me work a little bit to open this bottle.
Okay, so I have also to look for one.
Now let's everybody unmute, because we want to have a little bit of a noise. Okay,
Tell a toast.
we are having a party.
Hey, Barbara.
Yes, we're having a party. Therefore, silence is not needed now. Okay, people is joining. Great. So, I'm going.
Yeah.
E voila.
Yeah.
Bravo, tanti auguri.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you pass the bottle? Pass the
put the
bottle.
bottle in the chat.
Bravo.
I second that motion.
Okay.
I figured also this one. So, thank you.
Ciao Alberto.
Ciao. Ciao Diana. Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay.
Hi.
This is Barbara King. She's an artist. Very, very good.
Sì, ho visto qualcosa.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So, okay, we had our toast, and now I am very happy to give the floor to Bernard Foing, our new president. That he want to say something, and maybe even other directors will want to say something. Okay, please, Bernard.
Yeah. Yes. So thanks to very much, Adriano, and dear colleagues, dear friends. So it's really an honor and a pleasure for me to step into this task of leading the Space Renaissance Initiative International, and all the initiatives that we have been discussing. I want first to pay tribute to the founders of Space Renaissance International. So these are our fathers, founders, and that gave us a great constitution and statutes, and also the initial direction. I want also to thank all of you that have contributed to the recent Space Renaissance Congress, where we have discussed, we have presented our ideas, our lines of actions, and we have concretized that in terms of the discussion of the thesis and a resolution with a work plan for the next 5 years. So this part is give a very clear line roadmap for what we could do. And I'm a man of thought, but more of a man of action. I like to think with my hands, and I like also to act with my brain. So I hope that we'll be able to serve. Now, but I want also very much to pay tribute to the leaders of the Space Renaissance International, and in particular to Adriano, that has taken really the very strong commitment, motivation, inspiration for us all. So I want really to give a round of applause and drink several glasses in honor of Adriano. Yes?
Thank you so much.
Tanti auguri, Adriano.
Grazie.
Auguri.
Una
Yes.
buona vacanza.
Grazie.
And
Grazie, grazie.
Ad Astra. Maybe you want to say a few words, Adriano, and then I will ask some like a 1-minute statement from our new elected board, and we start with the vice president and also some of the directors that are present here. So Adriano.
Okay. Well, what can I say? That I'm very happy that we had this Congress. When we started in November, I couldn't believe that we made such a great Congress with a very good participation from our keynote speakers and from our presenters. We had almost 70 papers presented, and a lot of very good materials that we allow us to learn important concepts that entered into our final resolution and are giving us the guidelines for our action during next 5 years. Sorry, Bernard, I don't hear you.
Are you recording our celebration?
Yes, we are live on YouTube.
So we are also recording it.
Yes, it is recorded.
Yes, okay, excellent. I wanted that we capture this for future Space Renaissance generation. Please continue.
Okay, so no, I was saying that I couldn't believe in November when we started that the Congress will be such a big event with so many enthusiasm and contribution by many old and new friends. And this Congress really allow us to start working in another way. Even if the Space Renaissance is still a small organization, however, we are international. We had registered attendees from 43 countries of the world. That's really a good thing, I mean. And now our effort that Bernard already announced in our last meeting will be to give a proper representative to all of these countries, asking them to choose a representative to join our board, our large board, our large executive, in order to really develop the Space Renaissance worldwide. And I think in our final resolution, we indicated our priorities that for sure we assumed one of the concepts that Jan Werner, the former Director General of ESA, gave us when he says we don't want to go back to the moon, we want to go forward to the moon. not repeating what we already made in the past, but making new things, making a moon village, making a permanent presence on the moon, etc. And we also we will solicit everybody to think about space debris. That's the first thing to do in our orbit in order to clean the orbit from the danger that space debris represent, and also to start using the debris, recovering them, and use them to generate materials for building the space infrastructure. And we also will take care, of course, of promoting the technologies to enable civilian space development, to enable civilian people non-trained without an astronaut training to travel and be accommodated in space. That's the real step to make the civilian space development to kick off. And of course, all of this is possible now because we have reusable rockets, and we will have the first fully reusable vehicle made by SpaceX, that is the Starship, that is going to be tested in orbit maybe in one month. So all of these and other things are in our final resolution. That's a simple text, just 2 pages, that we will try to spread as much as possible during the next weeks and months, and to win alliances to make this campaign more effective, larger, and to speak with a louder voice to all the governments of planet Earth. Okay, well, I think, yes, it's a party. It's a party.
Excellent, a great party.
It was my 1 minute, maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, so now, Adriano, you have spoken as a former president, but also you have been elected as a Space Renaissance vice president, so that's great for the continuity. Yes. And you will also look at Academy Strategy Director, the Medici Fund, and you will be our ambassador for Space Renaissance. That's what we have also voted for. So that's one of the functions that we have covered also you as a vice president. So now I would like to call the other vice president which have been elected. So we have a list as we have printed. It's just in a kind of alphabetic order. So I would like to call then Joe Pelton, who is also elected SRI vice president, and is also the director for membership and global alliances. Joe.
Well, thank you all. I think I know of over half of you, and I hope in the coming years we will get to know each other better. When I was head of strategic policy of Intelsat, and then also when I was dean of the International Space University, I've traveled to over 70 countries. And I think that that is the real strength of SRI, and that we have this other organization which is called ACES International, which is the Alliance for Collaboration in the Exploration of Space, that I think can be an instrument for expanding the membership and also working relationships with other members. Yesterday, we were talking about the creation of a series of webinar presentations, and the idea that some of these we might plan in conjunction with other organizations, whether that's the Lunar Village Association, the Mars Society, or other organizations like the International Space University, and so on. So I do see my role as being a link to other countries in the world, working with Susan to expand the membership, but also to expand our links and cooperative relationships with other countries and other organizations around the world. This is a red letter day for me in that we are having the kickoff of this new aspect of the SRI's board going forward, but also I've just completed, together with my colleagues in the UK, Chris Welch of the International Space University and Peter Marshall, a 330-page book that does a very in-depth look at NASA's launch vehicles and astronaut spacecraft, and if you will, doing a critical review of the safety of these organizations, because I do believe that the mission of this organization relates to many of the things that we have announced with regard to ACES Worldwide, which relates to training, education, capacity building, particularly for countries just entering into the space age, cosmic hazards and planetary defense, where I've volunteered to do a presentation for one of the upcoming webinars that SRI is planning under Sabine's excellent leadership, and also aspects related to standards and regulations that will advance space exploration and industrialization going forward. So anyway, this is exciting for me, and I'm a pleasure to have the chance to work with you all in the coming days.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Joseph. So we drink to that, to alliances, and to what you have mentioned. And I would like also now to give the floor to also a key board member. That's our executive director, Kevin Merrick. And you have your 1 minute.
Well, thank you, Bernard. I just want to welcome all of the incoming board members and new board members. We just had a wonderful Congress, international Congress, that was attended by at least a couple of hundred people, 260 people going in and out, watching the videos, some of them looking at the webinars of the past. I think this is a great time for us in terms of building membership, of bringing more people into the organization, of bringing more diversity in terms of both age, country, ethnicity, cultural aspects into Space Renaissance. I'm looking forward to working with all of the directors on the Space Renaissance initiatives that are part of the 2 thesis statements and that are in the main statement that was also released and voted on by the membership. Thank you very much. Bernard, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. So it will be great to have you. Now, this is a celebration, but I think it's so good also to capture what we are discussing. So in a good practice, as we discussed, it will be good to have like some minutes and possibly just a list of actions beyond the drinking to our success. So I wonder, Kevin, if I could volunteer you to help me to capture some of this minutes and action would be fine?
Certainly. Yeah, since we're recording the meeting, I'll be sure to go back to the recording and I'll capture some minutes from that. And
so we have the recording and also we'll list a few actions that we can circulate easily. So now it's my, excellent. So now it's my pleasure to invite, so is Manny with us?
I think Manny is not with us.
Manny is with us, not with us, but I think we should just list by name that Manny Perez is has been elected as vice president and is also, of course, president of Space Renaissance USA. So that's a very important task. Now, then I propose to give the floor to our next, to our vice president, Sabine Heinz. And she is also, the chair of the art chapter, director of the Space Renaissance Academy Art Department, and also the chair of our Germany chapter. Germany being, you know, also a key part of Europe. Sabina. You get 1 minute with the microphone.
Yeah, in fact,
Yes.
sorry, Bernard, you mentioned Germany,
Sorry.
and I was thinking that we are here celebrating, but Germany is living a very bad time today because they had
Okay.
and they have 40 deaths, and okay, just
Yes.
a thought
Yes,
to
indeed.
Yes.
our German.
Yes, in the southern part of Germany, many people are losing their houses and also their lives. I send greetings to all of them and hope the situation will become better and they will come out as best as possible out of the situation. I would like to say thank you to Bernard for his nice introduction and to all of you for voting for me. I feel honored to work with SRI, and I'm really happy that art has found its way into Space Renaissance. And we are trying to do a lot, or we have a lot of plans, and we want to bring space into art. But today we decided, I had a nice conversation with Júlio Rosende from Brazil. We will work together, and we will next year we will do a space art conference, and I would like invite you all to participate in this. And in September, I will do a Zoom meeting with all art interested people who would like to work with me in this regard. And also I'm working on a German chapter because I wanted to bring Space Renaissance into Germany, and this also in the German language. We also plan webinars, outreach, and yeah, online conferences, and some of them will be in German, but with English subtitles, because there are many Germans who do not speak English, and I will reach them too, because they are really engaged and enthusiastic for space. So now I'm happy to work with you, and I really feel honored. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sabina. It's a really a pleasure. And I had also the opportunity to collaborate with you on this Space Renaissance Art chapter. And we have also developed in the last 10 years an Art Moon Mars initiative. And I think we want also to combine that with your activities and with your energy. So now
Let's do a meeting together.
Yeah, excellent. So now it's my pleasure to call on Dame Suzanne Jewell, who is our also elected SRI Vice President and also our Director for Space Renaissance Academy Education and also Space Renaissance Academy Analog Training and Education. Suzanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bernard, and everyone here. I'm very honored to be a part of the SRI community. And my vision really is very much taking SRI, Space Renaissance Institute, into the 21st century. I'm a visionary, a pioneer. I'm very involved in civilian space as well as analog astronautic training. And so and space medicine, obviously. And I think this is something I can bring into this organization. But fundamentally, what I envision is to work with the president-elect, with Adriano and the board of advisors, the directors, all the committees to take SRI into the future. And it's an exciting time. It's the juncture where I feel finally, because I'm a baby boomer, I saw Neil Armstrong step on the moon at 7. Finally, I can see and I can feel that the reality of humanity and thousands of us to actually venture into space and live with permanence in space is going to manifest itself within our lifetime. So it's an exciting time. And I think in particular, and I end on this, SRI is unique in its vision, unique in its mission statement. And so I'm so excited and very happy to be part of this. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Suzanne. A very inspiring word. So I try to capture some of this in the chat also that after we can remember, but also we will have the recording of it with your own voice. So it's also now my pleasure to, okay, our next vice president is Adriano. He has spoken, and I would like now to introduce some of the other directors that are members of the board. So let's see, in order. I'm partly an engineer, so I do the things also in a structured way. I'm also an artist, so that's not. And so we have Amalie Sinclair, and so we have the task identified for Amalie, linked with relationships to UN and institutions. So.
But she's not here.
She's not here, but we will just have the name listed, okay, in a minute. And then we have a Corinne Graham. And yes?
Hi.
Corinne is our Space Renaissance International Treasurer. So the floor is yours, Corinne.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to be long. Congratulations, and congratulations to everyone. And I'm just looking forward to us really streamlining and kind of, it's great to see the vision coming to, that part where we can really launch forward. So I'm looking towards seeing what the developments are for entrepreneurship, education, and just really getting excited about the possibilities that are absolutely endless. So congrats to everyone, and I'm looking forward to the next term.
Excellent, thanks. Okay, to the point. And then we have also member of at large. So Irving Tiffany.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I have the, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we do.
I think I have the distinction amongst this very highly capable board of probably being the least qualified director. But my job is to represent, to make sure that all members are represented to the board, to the leadership. Of course, all of you were elected by the members, but my job will be to make sure that even minority voices can at least be heard. Probably, I've thought back several times recently to the Challenger shuttle disaster. And if anything we learned from that, it should be that it would be a mistake to ignore the voices of a minority who have something to say. Also, coincidentally, today, this evening, I'll be attending the first meeting of the Mari Cognium chapter, virtual chapter of Moon Society, which I helped start. And so it's interesting that we have multiple events involving space progress. I look forward to very humbly being a part of this organization's leadership. And I always look forward to learning. With that, I will conclude.
Excellent, Irving. So about the Moon Society, if I remind, the Moon Society was created about 20 years ago, because about the same time, we created a Lunar Explorers Society, and there were a lot of young professionals, and we had a very good link with the Moon Society, which really mostly started in the US. So clearly, we have to integrate some of this energy also in the space renaissance. Now it's my pleasure to call Well, next on my list. So we have Jerry Stone, with also our director for the UK chapter, and also academy, and as well outreach and public. So Jerry, you have the
You're
floor.
on mute.
Yes.
You're on mute, Jerry.
Jerry, you can unmute yourself.
Looks like Jerry's actually on another call right now.
Oh.
He's on the phone.
Okay. Yes. So we'll come back. Yes.
Maybe we take another one and then
Yeah,
we
yes,
come back to
we'll go.
him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we go next. I'm just going on the. Oh, so okay. We have Jerry. Okay. Now Jim from the other part of the earth. Jim Crisafulli.
Aloha.
Yeah. From Hawaii, but also looking at the whole Pacific Rim for us and for events. Yes.
Well, I definitely have a lot to encompass. Well, I think we all agree that humanity is now embarking on a new era of space enterprise, and both public and private research institutions worldwide are pursuing very creative and innovative approaches to advance space science, exploration, and development, and that many spacefaring nations building upon these innovations are working to expand and diversify their cosmic ventures. And non-spacefaring nations will also benefit from the pioneering technologies emerging through this space revolution, which ultimately I think could provide pathways to engage all of humanities on the frontiers of space. So we look forward to working with SRI in launching this concept for an Alliance for Collaboration in the Exploration of Space, or ACES. The initial focus of this program will be on space education, training and capacity building, protection against cosmic threats to planet Earth, and to help enable human sustainability, space safety, including global safety standards and regulations, and common global standards and policies that can help promote and guide deep space exploration and industrialization. Over time, we think this concept of ACES worldwide may pursue additional issue-oriented programs and problem-solving initiatives, but the foregoing topics I mentioned represent the key areas where collaborative and coordinated efforts will initially be undertaken, with the guiding principle to help make the exploration and development of space safer, more environmentally sound, and ultimately sustainable for all of humankind. And we look forward to working with SRI and exploring this concept in detail. Mahalo.
Mahalo. So thank you, Jim. And we are very much looking for this work with ACES, and also for some events that we could host in the middle of the Pacific Rim, Hawaii itself. As you have organized the previous events like the International Moon-Based Alliance, and so we are looking forward to such opportunities that connects many continents.
Gracias.
And I think bringing people from Japan, India, China, Singapore into the process will be one of the things we'll hope Jim will help us with.
Yeah. And also from the Southern Hemisphere, this is the reason why we have also with us Julio Resende, with our Director for Space Renaissance South America. So Julio, you can if you can unmute yourself, as I see your picture. Or maybe the voice connection doesn't work. In case, Julio, if you...
I think he's on mute.
Yes, I know he's in mute. So if your microphone doesn't work, you have also the possibility to leave a message on the chat. But yeah. Then now...
Hello.
Yes, Julio, yes, excellent. The floor is yours for 1 minute.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Okay. Thanks so much. Yes, we are very interested to be part of Space Renaissance initiative. We are very committed and very enthusiastic to be develop some activity in South America, and let's do a lot of things here. Thanks so much for the trust, and also today I had a meeting with Sabine, and I believe we have a great result in the next months. Thanks so much.
Excellent. And I see also you are developing some hands-on project. So in South America, that we could also connect to those as a platform for education, capacity, inspiring the public. So we are looking forward to do things together. So Kevin, we have gone. Mani is not here. And we have also Marlène Lausier, which has been of a great help and resolve, in particular to deal with volunteers and partners, evaluator and facilitator, and as a legal expert. Ms. Marlène, yeah, Marlène?
Yes, hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Marlène.
Bernard. Félicitations.
Oh, okay, merci. Okay, now we are going to switch to the official languages of Space Renaissance, which is, of course, Italian, because it was founded there. So I think we are going to accept Italian, auguri. And at some stage, we will try to learn other languages. So Marlène, vous avez la parole.
Oh, merci beaucoup, merci. No, but I think that's a very nice point. Actually, it's quite exciting to hear about the possibility of expanding the linguistic opportunities for the SRI. And of course, that would attract many more members who are interested and who can contribute to all of the goals of SRI. But I'm very happy to be on the new board and to be part of this team. It's, I think, a very exciting time. And again, I want to say tanti auguri to Adriano. I know he's worked so very hard, not only over the last few months, but over many years to really put yeah, niente, niente. To put the SRI together and to build it to what it is today. And I think this is a wonderful transition moving into the future, and also being able to keep Adriano with us to guide us with all his historical knowledge and passions. So I've had, the great benefit of working with Adriano to help build the membership and to really go through the interested people who present as volunteers, to take the opportunity to really speak with them, to understand their interests and their capabilities, and that way help place them within the organization. So far, I think we've done a good job with a few key individuals like Sabine and Turquato, of course. And I'm looking forward to continuing to do that for the SRI. So to build the capacities based on the individual capabilities. But moreover, I have to say I'm very excited to work with the group here and all of SRI's members to hear all of their fascinating ideas and goals for the future. My background, of course, is in law. So it would be a pleasure for me to really help facilitate the fruition of those ideas and to help create policy based on those ideas, because it's the visions of all of such creative people like you who will make things go forward as we move beyond Earth. And it would, like I said, be my pleasure to help facilitate that through rules and laws and policies. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Congratulations again, felicitations, tanti auguri, felicidades. And I look forward to our work.
Merci. And yeah, grazie mille. And thank you. And so we have also,
Jerry.
We have Jerry, and that is recovered from his phone call. And so we give the floor to Jerry. Jerry is also, of course, our director for the UK chapter, but also involved in the academy and outreach to public. Jerry.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations, Bernard, and the rest of the board. And again, thank you so much, Adriano, for everything that you've done to get us to this position. Yeah. So I am a freelance space presenter. Before COVID, I would go all over the country and abroad giving talks about astronomy and space exploration. And I also presented space workshops in schools all over the country, getting young people excited about space and hopefully that they would go on to study STEM subjects. So they wouldn't by any means all get jobs in the space industry, but they might finish up as a result of studying sciences that they would then become doctors, civil engineers, and other useful people that we need for the future. Speaking of the future, I suppose my T-shirt is appropriate. You can see that I am looking to the future with that. So I'm very excited. I was inspired by the Congress. So many different subjects on there that I was interested in. I gave papers about Island Zero, which is relating to the creation of space habitats. And the fact about this, although the original designs were done 40 years ago, we are now at a position close to where a project like this could actually be kickstarted. And that is because we have what we didn't have back then, which is getting to cheap, reliable, frequent access to space. With all of the reusable craft work that are being developed. So we look forward to that. And also something else I was really pleased to hear about was that we may be very, very close to having suitable materials to build a space elevator. Absolutely fantastic. So lots of things to look forward to, particularly with the SRI and the Academy and so many other things. So I look forward to working with you all.
Excellent. Thanks, Jerry. And yeah, and also for events that we could have in the UK, that would be certainly good. Now we have also, a born UK citizen that moved to Japan. So Patrick Collins, and also a key founder of Space Renaissance. Now this is a time slot which is not so practical for our Japanese friends. And so we'll have also to find ways to accommodate also events at the various time zones like we did for the Congress itself. And so let's also thank Patrick for all this work in the for the Space Renaissance and also for space tourism, as is one of the prophets of space tourism over the world. We have also Paul. So is Paul with us?
Paul Ziolo, you mean?
Yeah, Paul Ziolo, yes.
No, he's not here.
No. Okay, but so we list by name, Paul Ziolo, in particular in his contribution to the academy, and in particular in relation to philosophy. And let's go to the list. And after, now we have the Professor Thomas Matula, for also academy, educational director, and the chair of our Space Renaissance Academy.
Hi.
Thomas, yes?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm always glad to see groups like this get started and watch how they work and help them work. And, you know, this is exciting times because with Starship, you're going to see a couple orders of magnitude drop in the cost of going to space. And that's going to change everything. It's going to make space practical. You know, especially the ideas like developing the moon, Earth orbit. It's just going to be practical finally. So it's going to be an exciting time to be part of this group.
Excellent. And so, yes, we have also very much enjoyed also your discipline and your academic approach to things, and that's also very very good to inspire our kids also to think and to work out their ideas. So we have also to find a good forum where we can engage with a young professional in this matter. Yeah. So yes, exciting time indeed. And so now, yes, I have on the list also Torquato Tiso. Is he here? I have Adriano, and I have also Alberto Cavallo, also one of the founder, and with a key role in the academy and in the issues of energy and philosophy. Is Alberto with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Alberto.
Hi. Yes, I am one of the founders, so I somehow represent also Space Renaissance from the start.
Yeah.
And this, I think it's incredible how we progressed through these years, thanks, of course, above all of the relentless effort by Adriano, but also contribution of many other people before. And I can say that what we are doing now with this new board, with this last Congress, with this new board is a real exceptional, because we have so many people have joined, starting from you, our president, and all the other board members. We are bringing enthusiasm and capabilities that are increasing exponentially the potential of SRI. And these are the very, very, very fine moments for space in general, because we have the first commercial flights, we have the Starship and everything. I myself, I am an engineer, but I also am very much fond of humanistic matters. So that's why I hope I can give a contribution to essentially to the academic part, to Space Academy, and so maybe also I could contribute something about outreach. We will see what is possible. Thank you.
Excellent. So I think we've gone through the list of various board members, but now I think it's a time first to have a kind of overlook. I think you have all seen this list, because this was, now I'm sharing that's list I've just followed through to be sure that I don't forget anybody. And so you have, that's a list that we had to vote on. And so you see we went through the different names and functions. Now I would like to ask the other participants to introduce themselves. Yeah. So I'm going to stop sharing. And so we have Michael, if you want to introduce yourself, and you unmute. Can you unmute, Michael? And then I will ask also, we have Arthur, Barbara, Anna, Arini, and Wes, and Natalie. Oh, Natalie, sorry. Yeah. So if you can, if you want, just say a few words, because we want to be also very inclusive of. And then what I forgot as a president, I should have proposed a toast after each of your contributions. So let's recover and all of this. I drink to all the contributions that you have done. And so, so anybody want to say a few short words from those that have joined us today? So, Michael, you have a microphone is on now.
Well, you can hear me now.
Yes,
I think.
We can hear you. Yes.
Oh, that's a start. No, we started from what seemed like a very small beginning back in 2008, when we met in that railway station near Belgirate, and thought about Hannibal and the elephants passing by. It was a bit of a time ago there, and we've all of us come a long way. We have, as everybody said, many different types of people and talents now. I think we are going to have great interesting developments in science, biology, astrobiology is going to be very important and does attract the interest of the young because they can now see, people have said there's life elsewhere for hundreds of years, if not longer. We are now in a position to actually look at it and probably find it if it's there. And with the real chance younger people will actually see life elsewhere in the universe, and it will give them a sense of our place. Anyway, thank you very much. I don't want to keep you all asleep.
Excellent. So we have the first generation. That's all about life. And also, of course, we have planned to try to involve also the next generation and the one after next. And so
Yes.
we are going to also reserve some slot, in particular with some international space use organization. We mentioned Space Generation Advisory Council. And you know, by the way, you have seen the latest news that there have been $19 million that have been distributed to 19 organizations just yesterday.
Yes.
And this includes the Space Generation Advisory Council, also the International Astronomical Federation, the Mars Society, and UK SEDS, I believe, as well.
Yes.
So let's target for the next opportunity like this with because a bit of money can be very useful also to develop some of our program, to have grants, to organize events, and to grow. So
he also gave 200 million to the Smithsonian.
Oh, that's also great because we love the Smithsonian. Yes,
To the
biggest grant ever.
Space Museum in particular, though.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, to the Space Museum. It's the biggest grant
to
Smithsonian has ever gotten.
That will be very important, I'm sure.
Yeah, because this has inspired many of us. And actually, in my youth, I had to conceive the exhibition for the Cité des Sciences in Paris, and I took inspiration from the Air and Space Museum for that. Good. So let's also give the floor to some of our friends as well. Barbara.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, great. Hi. I'm a space artist, and I'm going to work with Sabine on the arts chapter and the USA. I know Joe because he was one of my instructors in my space studies course, which I just graduated with Peter Martinez in the University of Cape Town. Bernard, we're in the same place. Our backgrounds are the same. Look at that. So, and also from Ithaca, I know Bernard. And so I'm really looking forward to working more in depth. Now we're sort of stabilized and growing with the rest of you as well. And I make film, and that's what I've done for 30 years. Okay, that's it.
Excellent. Thanks for mentioning this link with Ithaca, which is the IF Committee for Cultural Utilization of Space, which I think has a lot of resonating topics and actions with the Space Renaissance, but also has this nice connection with other committees, maybe sometimes of them more technical and so on. So it could be also an entry door to the world of IF in topics which are more specific to Space Renaissance, because we cannot go to 360 degrees at once, as Adriano mentioned. We'll find our way where we will prioritize the theme which are dear to the Space Renaissance. And I just happen to be the chairperson of the Ithaca until October, possibly another round. So we will try to use this opportunity. Excellent. So now we
welcome,
have
Barbara, and thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Barbara. And so you're also South Africa. So you are also in contact to Africa. And we have mentioned that also in addition to being intergenerational, we want also to be global in geography. And so get representation from various continents and cultures.
Because a lot of us are from 2 continents, I think. I'm from 2 continents.
Yes, actually, I'm from, yes, I've been living in 4 continents, and I plan to live on another one, that is the moon. Yes. Okay. Now I would like to call on Arini.
Good day. I'm Harini. I'm from India. I'm probably the youngest on the panel right now. I've just started studying on outer space. I'm doing my doctoral thesis on outer space. So this has been a very enriching experience. So I'd like to congratulate you, and I hope I can learn a lot from being a part of this initiative. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, you are very welcome, and thanks for being our link to India. So okay, well, huge republic, with democracy and with inhabitants and the potential of brilliant minds and actors for the space renaissance, and also very intellectual country. So I think you have really some nice role that you can play with space renaissance. So we have also, maybe not the youngest of our group, Arthur Woods, but also very inspiring for all of us.
I'm not the youngest. Anyway, I want to say congratulations to everybody, the new board, the new president, SRI, for the great job, and looking forward to the future of this organization. As you know, I'm an artist, but I'm putting my artistic energy in the development of space solar power, especially in Switzerland. I'm launching an initiative. I was glad that Jerry mentioned the space elevator. The space elevator and space solar power are two synergistic technologies that really do open up the final frontier, and they're both very necessary. So I hope Space Renaissance will follow these developments very closely.
Yes, so clearly you are our space artistic and solar energy person. Yes, excellent. So we have really to follow that, and this was also included in some the resolution as a line of action for Space Renaissance. Yes, so we have also in Anna, if you want to introduce yourself and to see okay what you could do for Space Renaissance. Do you, yeah, you can unmute yourself if you want to. And we have also Mary. So Mary Kuiper. Hello.
Yes.
So you want to?
Hi.
You want to introduce yourself, Mary? So maybe I can introduce Mary. She is actually an ambassador of the Moon Gallery Foundation, and she has been also very active in some of the Art Moon Mars platform, and she has she's an artist. So Mary, so what is your perspective?
Can you hear me or not?
Yes, we can. What is
because I was working and I just started to come inside with my phone, and I don't know really if it's working
we are doing
good.
a round
okay.
of
Well, I'm one of
Which?
I'm one of the artists of the I'm walking outside, so I see myself a bit. I'm one of the artists of the Moon Gallery, and well, I try to help Anna and Lisa and everybody on the background well, if they have less experience and that maybe I can help. And is Anna also here or not? Because I can't see if anybody is there anybody else here from the Moon Gallery or not?
Yeah, only the chairman, which is me. So Moon Gallery is a project we have started in concept some 9 years ago, but really in concrete with Anna Sidnikova and Elizaveta Krukova, are the curators. And we have done a call for artists to build the first museum of art on the moon. But now I'm going to ask you your contribution, because they want €1 million per kilogram. And one of the solutions, we have miniaturized this gallery to the point that it's only 10 by 10 centimeter, and we can carry 100 pieces of art of 1 cubic centimeter each. And I think I would love to have also maybe one, that's a message we want to send to the future generation. And we could include some space renaissance material. We have got some contribution from Sabine, for instance, and others could contribute concept and art or art science artifact. So we plan to launch it to the moon within 2-3 years, but we'll have also the opportunity to launch the first version to the International Space Station already in February next year. And so there will be also another opportunity to celebrate, and we would have also some Space Renaissance event and with a Space Renaissance art chapter. So thanks, Marie.
We're still looking for IDs to be sent to the ISS. There's still some open slots.
Yeah.
And we are also busy now with fundraising because we also still need some money to make everything work. But it's very exciting. And the idea that the Moon Gallery will be the first museum into space is a very nice idea.
Good, excellent. So, Natalie, or sorry, Natale. We need new glasses. I think I need new glasses.
The name is
and not only glasses of wine. Maybe that's what is happening. Yes, Natale is coming.
Is Natale, not Natalie.
Yeah, Natale.
Natale.
Natale. Yes. But if you want to make a statement, we want to be very inclusive because at the end, the Space Renaissance should include at least 7 billion of Earth spaceship citizens. So before we move on, so you have the opportunity to make a statement. Otherwise, we have also Wes with us. So Wes, any statement you want to give? Yep. Okay. So I think that now it's my pleasure to Joe ask to speak. Joseph.
Well, it's actually just some questions about what's next in terms of board schedules. And I think that there's at least two things that are fairly important to look at. One of them is the issue of the bylaws, the changes that might need to be made there that, excuse me, Marlene has been looking at, but also the issue of the U.S. Chapter and whether it might be changed to a 501c3 nonprofit educational and training organization to discuss with Manny. And then also the issue of young people, of that many organizations have a special membership rate for younger people. And I think, some sort of initiative that includes a special rate for young people is maybe something we can look at. I don't know whether that has to be in bylaws or not.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can discuss this offline. But I think
no, but I think it's good to bring it as a point of work and action. I would say first we have to start with the Space Renaissance statutes. Read them again. This is what I did. In the last days, read them again because actually they contain a lot, which is what we want to do, and also the way we operate. And I think they have been voted in, and so that's the first step where everybody has to be aware of the statutes and carry them. Then bylaws, this could be delegated to a smaller group that is preparing an iteration, and then they could come and report to the board on what they propose, and then we could study that, if you would agree. Now, in terms of the board, so formally the board should meet like 4 times per year, at least on a normal practice. And then there are also ways to have some extraordinary meetings of the board. But we could have also a cycle where we could do some work in between the formal meeting of the whole board, and we could try to have a regular cycle of activities for decision, but also activities for exchange, forum. And so I welcome very much also the initiative of the Space Renaissance webinar, where we have found some So coordinator, Sabine will start to organize that. So maybe you want to say a few, and so let's cover also the other point. The US chapter, clearly also we would need to have a kind of recommendation by a working group, maybe that contain US members, but also other non-US members, so to see that we keep a good consistency between our international goals and what is the specific US situation. And then we could bring that to the board. And towards young people, I think that we can only agree that we have to find a way to attract them. Yes, clearly also give some preferential rate, but also give them some function where this can help them in their experience, in learning from the wiser of us, and also an opportunity to build a portfolio of experience that is also helpful for their career. I think this could be done easily. Yes, Joseph?
One final point, and I guess this is part of the bylaws, but I think there was a suggestion that maybe the president and the vice president, so I'm not sure who else, might function as an executive committee that could also help between the quarterly members of the board might be able to take certain actions. But anyway, these can all be sorted out. But I think that there are a number of things to look at in the next month's time.
Yes. So I think that because we are also in a, I mean, we are a new elected board. So I think that a 1 month time scale, I believe, is a good time to do some homework. Enjoy some of the holidays well deserved by for some of you that have been very active on the Congress, but also get yes in beginning of September you know some work we can discuss in the board. But in the meantime, Sabine has some news she can share about the webinar. So Sabine, if you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was reading some personal chat here. Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Can you repeat the question, Bernard?
Yeah, just you can update us on the webinar situation.
So we were talking about webinars. Also, we want to have some seminars, webinars, and some outreach. And can you hear me? Because
yes, we can.
And we wanted to invite artists, scientists to talk about art and science, and to get in dialogue about art and science, but also to give some overviews about some subjects or some theme, and we wanted to do that every first and every third month, Monday at month, at 9 o'clock in the evening German time. This is what time ETC? Someone has it in his head? Wait a minute, I will look it up. This will be at
3 p.m.
Yes, and it will be 12 o'clock California time, I guess. Genau. So at this time we want to have all these webinars and outreach and talks, interviews, and we wanted to present some organizations or give them the possibility to present them to our to the SRI organizations we want to work with. This I wanted to say to the seminars. And I would like to invite you to send me an email. I put it in the chat. If you are interested to give a talk, or if you have an interview partner, or if you know someone who wants to talk to us or in our audience or to our audience. This was it, Bernard. Bernard, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I went also on the other side of the moon and lost communication. But yes, so yes, we will have to finalize on a proper time of the day, which is convenient for Pacific Coast, East Coast, and Europe for the start. And when we'll have also more contribution from Asia, we'll have to find ways. Okay, so thanks for Sabine, and you are. So we are going to try to prepare a program for the next 2-3 months, where we will pre-identify some of the speakers. But we also saw that there could be some event with speakers, like 2 speakers for 20 minutes and some discussion. But also we could address some of the topics that we have put forward in a resolution, that we are supposed to work on in the next years. So we could also have some debate after some of this Congress resolution topic. Good. So
this was intended. It was intended to be a party, and
yes.
Our
yes,
enthusiasm transformed it in a board meeting almost.
Yes. Okay. So let's. I think. Yeah, that's okay. But we have made it. First, it was a welcome to everybody. We have discussed that we will have a serious meeting maybe within 1 month. And we have also a great thing that this webinar, I think we are starting it. So it's true that I think that we have covered the minimum areas. And so let's now let's go and have the party. And so I propose that we again drink and celebrate. So if anybody wants to have is there any one topic, and we have to ask our art chapter, do we have a Space Renaissance singing anthem?
Singing?
Yes. Do you have an anthem for Space Renaissance?
Not yet. We have not.
Okay. So we have to work on this.
A song.
Like
Adriano, you can compose something.
Yes. Something like that.
How about ground control to Major Tom?
Oh, but it has to be something we can all sing.
Beethoven's Last Symphony.
The first.
How about We Are the Champions?
Maybe we could have.
We are the champions, my friend, and
yes,
we will on fighting to the end. We are the champions. You are the champions. Oh, come on, everyone, sing along.
Yeah, but now I think we have to change the version because I campioni sono italiani. Yeah? The champions are the Italians now. They won the cup and they won the Eurovision competition. So for me,
but then Beethoven is better with his old.
Italy with
joy.
Hermano, la canción de
That means we're going into the 21st century. We gotta do a jam.
Yes, but I think that we could start with the 9th symphony, and then after we do the 10th symphony, the one that we have to write for the space generation in the future. So we'll have to consult Beethoven. Okay, any other suggestion?
Oh, we could use music from Mars.
Oh, music from Mars.
From Mars, yes.
Yes.
I suggest All You Need Is Love.
Okay.
All you need is love, and so on. I'm not a good singer.
International Space University has a good series of lyrics to Happy Days Are Here Again. So,
Happy Days.
Siamo fuori di testa, ma diversi da loro.
No, look, at the end of
if we are, sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I was just saying, if we are going to bring in the younger generation, we need to bring in some modern, like rappers and modern, like Khalif that sang at the Virgin Galactic on Sunday. You know, that type of artist and those type of music.
I agree, Susan. You did a good job, and that's what I just wrote. This is Corrine. I think these are the challenges that we will have to use to integrate to attract our younger people to be a part of this. And I think that's, if we want something to push forward for.
Oh, Bernard. Yeah. Bernard.
Yes, so okay, we have to build up some repertoire, but I think that we have to be very inclusive of a generation by a style, and so we could, yes, eventually rotate. We have some, I don't know, we have Julio, or you are from Brazil, so we can do some Brazilian music. But I have to tune it first. Yes.
Yes, please, Bernard. Tune your guitar. This is like the America Got Talent or the England Got Talent. This is SRI Got Talent show.
That's right. No, so okay, so let's start. Do we have also, because we have philosophy, do we have also some space Renaissance poetry? You are welcome. Yeah, all.
Why we don't sing the Ode an Alegria?
I hear guitars and I see so many night skies. Where's the campfire? I feel like we're gathered around the campfire.
Okay, I will.
We got a virtual campfire.
That's
Let's have a virtual simulation.
Yeah.
So this is an old French song that you can sing to your girlfriend when you are a teenager. But there are others. What about Fly Me to the Moon?
Yeah.
This should be
Fly
part of
me
our.
to the moon.
Yes, so.
It's still the older generation. It's my generation, nothing to complain
But
about. But let's do a Cali.
Well, you know, young folks here make a lot of songs. They call them parodies, but they really aren't. I like them. I play them when I get my grandson in my studio, and he goes home, and then my son calls me up and he says, "What are you doing? You're indoctrinating my son to space." I said, "Yeah, that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do." You know, and there's a bunch of those that take modern songs and just put space lyrics to them.
Yes. So we can create a competition, and then a competition for a number of anthems. Yes. So like. Where are you? Okay,
something
two,
about dancing.
1, 2,
Jupiter
3, 4. Fly me to the moon and let me
play among the stars.
On the stars.
But if they wrote the modern,
I don't know it. Hello. There is a modern pop song which goes, "The only way is up."
What is that? A pop song?
There's a modern pop song which I don't happen to know, but it is called "The Only Way Is Up."
Ah, okay. But when you're in space, all ways are up, no?
Oh yes, but
the only way is up.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's it's a universal up, isn't it?
For scientists, it's the only way is out.
Okay.
Same thing.
Excellent. So okay, so we have some moon songs. I like also Brazilian music. So do you know Black Orpheus? No. Okay, so we
improving here.
Yeah, I think we have a few singers. Yes, excellent.
Yes,
You know, one of the NASA project managers wrote a song about water on the moon after they
water on the moon. Yes.
First discovered that I forget which probe it was that they went there, and when it first became a big deal, about 5 years ago. So we've got a lot of space songs out there.
Bernard, we've got to do a Bowie song. We have to do Space Oddity. Work with Chris Hadfield there on Sunday. He did Space Oddity. So we can end on that. We've got to do it.
Yes, I think that what we can do, because we can, yes, for our next board meeting, when it gets too serious, we prepare for a few songs Space Oddity. Okay?
Yes, Bernard, I will exchange some music with you and we can play together.
Yes. Yeah, I know a song which is quite well known. It's called The Girl, Garota de Spazio. So
A Garota di Ipanema.
The Girl from Outer Space. You know this one?
No, the girl from Ipanema.
No. We have to find some good lyrics. The Space Renaissance. I know that there are a few poets in our group, and we can certainly find some Space Renaissance lyrics.
F major. A Garota di Ipanema. F in F.
Yeah, F major 7.
You have to switch off your background. If not, we cannot see your hands.
I need the music. I need my music. My part, my spartito. I can take it if you like. Okay, just a moment.
I'll bring my maracas.
Yes.
Tambourine.
Oh, no, another guitar.
Good. Okay. So other topic for celebration. I think Jim being in Hawaii, I think that some Hawaiian song. Do you have some dancing skills that you could teach? Oh, Adriano has a guitar.
Do you know Blue Bossa?
Yes, I know Blue Bossa. Okay. Yeah, you do it in C minor?
Okay. C minor.
Okay, in C minor. You do the lyrics? Yeah, good. And now okay, so now we need some singers.
Are we doing Girl from Ipanema? I got the lyrics I could share on screen.
Okay, we can do the Girl from Ipanema, yes. Okay.
Okay, let me share the
F
screen
major, huh?
with the lyrics.
I will look.
You ready? Here.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
The Girl from
One.
Ipanema. You know, sing along.
One. One, two, 1, 2, 3, blue.
Very hard to Girl from Ipanema goes walking. Well, we started.
Yeah, that's good. Da, da, da.
Each when she passes goes on. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gently. That's when she passes, each time she passes goes on. But he watches so sadly. How can he tell her he loves her? Then it's the end.
Yes, I would give my heart gladly. When she walks through the streets, she looks straight ahead, not at me.
Not at me. Tall and tan,
young and lovely.
Girl from me, all over the key.
Yeah. This was an intercontinental version of Girl from Ipanema.
I want to throw in just some of the things that we're talking about, what young folks are doing, and you know they make space a part of their culture too. I just want to throw in one of these things that some young NASA interns did just I guess this was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh wait, I need to go back for 1 second because I forgot one thing, which was to share sound and optimize for video.
Staying at a Verbo Lake House.
Because you know I'm all about that space travel. 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 Yeah, it's pretty clear, I ain't commercial crew, but I can launch it like I'm supposed to do. Cause I got that boom that all the astros chase. All the space flight to all the right places. I see Orion crew working that ship non-stop. You know we're going far, now put that last on top. If you got boosters, just raise them up. Cause every spacecraft needs propulsion from the bottom to the top. Hey, they're working so hard, don't you love these NASA guys? They will take us so far the first time that Orion flies. You know we're traveling to deep destinations for too long. So if that's what you're into, then join in and ride along. Because you know I'm all about that space travel. I'm all about that space travel. I'm all about that space travel. I'm all about that space. I'm bringing rockets back. Go ahead and tell the whole world that. Come on board, it's that. Cause every spacecraft needs propulsion from the bottom to the top. Hey, they're working so hard, don't you love these NASA guys? They will take us so far the first time that Orion flies. You know we're traveling to deep destinations for too long. So if that's what you're into, then join in and ride along. Because you know I'm all about that space, space travel. I'm all about that space, space travel. Yeah, space travel. I'm all about that space, Because you know I'm all about that space, space travel. I said I'm all about that space, space travel. I'm all about that space, space travel. I said I'm all about that space, Because you know I'm all about that space, space travel. I said I'm all about that space, space travel. I'm all about that space, I'm all about that space. I'm all about that space, I'm all about that space, Yeah, yeah. Ooh, you know you love that space.
Excellent. So I think that we have to learn it, and we will have to perform it ourselves.
Yeah, it's actually a parody of a song that's called All About That Bass, as in the bass guitar.
But we're saying it was like brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Bravo. Yeah, very well done.
Yeah, there's more of those. There's, like I said, there's a whole culture of space songs that are based on modern songs that young folks listen to.
Super.
Of course, there's the one that you guys mentioned, which is Space Oddity, performed from space.
Yeah.
One of my favorites on my hit list.
I would like to play some moon.
They don't like that. I hope they like it. It's
Sure they will, though.
On the moon.
You told them you like it.
It's very good. Like
It's
that.
excellent.
Like that song.
That was brilliant.
So, Kevin, I think you have got a new task, the Space Songs playlist chief. The minutes.
Yes, I will try to find someone and then we can do a dance.
And yes, actually, I'm working with an artist. She wants to be the first artist on the moon, and she is called Borgildur Indrid Radottir from Iceland and in Berlin, and she is doing performance art, and so she is going through the whole training of being an astronaut, and she is also developing very great performance. We made a film with her inside the space station Columbus module mock-up we have in Aztec, and she wants to do the same in parabolic flight and eventually on the. So yes, performers as well are welcome. And I hear some very good voices also in the board and some strength. Yes, I think we have some future there. Ukulele, Jim, you have also ukulele, no? We could in Hawaii we prepare some ukulele song. Excellent.
Was Hawaiian dance was tamure. Tamure.
Tamure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a song when I was in Hawaii, I was observing a lot. And so, where are you going? To the Pukila, but a bit, or where are you going? I go to space. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, friends.
Yes, it was a good pleasure. So let's. So we try within 1 month to organize another celebration. Yes.
Okay.
So we have
I will pick up my mantle and be in touch with folks.
Libiamo negli lieti calici. Okay.
Libiamo. Yes. Yeah, we will include some nice Italian opera.
The problem is we cannot sing.
La bellezza indora. Okay, I'm not a tenor, not at all.
Yes, but
We just have to make sure, Sabine, that we make sure the next recruit is a songbird. I think Susan is good. Susan can sing.
Yes.
I guess you are right.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Well, I'm going to disclose that way in my youth, my very first professional career was a rock singer signed to Warner Brothers. So that was like
Wow. Okay.
40 years ago.
So we are going
but
to
now,
organize a capacity building training for all of us.
yeah.
Yes.
Susan, do you also
Yeah.
like?
Well,
Do you
Yes.
also?
yeah, absolutely. See, so the thing about it is in our analog training missions, obviously art is part of the activity when they come in person, and we do music, we form, we actually also have an activity where we use vegetables and we form instruments. And in one crew, they actually played their instrument made out of vegetables and then they cooked it and ate it. So it was fun.
Excellent.
So music, yeah, is part of our humanity. So absolutely.
Actually, that's also one activity that I see that. Yeah, Susan, you could organize also a session for the Space Renaissance
yes,
board
absolutely.
members in
Yeah.
the Mojave Desert. That's
I
a
would
goal
love
for
to.
next
I'm
year.
also, yeah, like, so I'm also part of the aerospace, they're called the Galactics, and we are all space medicine and physicians and physiologists, healthcare providers are all part of the Aerospace Medical Association. We formed a band called the Galactics in French. You can actually go on Facebook and find us, and we perform.
Excellent.
So yeah, music is part of who we are. So I think we as SRI should form a band or music.
Of course.
Oh, look at Adriano.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Play it, Adriano. Where's the tone?
You can stay there. In the house that we share, by the spaces we empty, or whatever was there, there will come up sufficience, there will share love away. However can calling, from nobody can. After today, consider me rosy after, and the shiny one who smile, and counsel like to be the sweetest smile.
Bravo.
Understand the sound and the answering rays of the wrong we are done. Happy today. Consider me God. Consider me God. Consider me. Consider me. Consider me God.
Beautiful.
After too many years, I war with myself. The doctors have told me it's not good for my head. Search for perfection, yes, all very well. I've looked forever, yes, living in hell.
It was made during the COVID, during the lockdown 1 year ago.
Excellent.
Myself and the bass player, we are in Piedmont, and the singer and the drummer are in Sicilia. So, but we didn't make it real time. We made several recordings, and then I mounted everything together. It was a hard work.
Superb. Okay. Very inspiring. So we are going to all to prepare something for the next month. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So thank you very much, Frank.
So yeah, it was we are a great team. Yeah,
yes.
Thanks so much. So we took a picture of all of our gallery of members to remember these great moments. Yes. Excellent. So
can you switch your cameras on?
Yeah,
I don't have a camera on this computer.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We will put.
Susan, can you switch your camera on? And Corinne and Alberto is. And
my internet's unstable, Sabine, right now. I think I'm going to lose everywhere.
Okay.
Sorry.
But we have your
but I took several pictures. Good. And I can share them. And Corinne, come back.
Well, I think I have a camera there.
Oh, cool.
Excellent.
Okay, I took some pictures and I will put it in Facebook.
Great. Have some good holidays too. Someday rest.
Yes. Enjoy.
You too.
BLC.
Enjoy.
Yes. And yes. To our next trip. Yes.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Okay, excellent.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. It was fun.
Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye-bye, and congratulations to the new board.
And congratulations to everyone.
As well, so that we get we get the record of all what we have done.
Yes, Bernard. Yeah. To your call when you will call for the board for the first board meeting.
Yes, but you have the chat. Please save the chat so that we can have that.
Yes, I copied the chat and I will share it.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
So
long.
Arrivederci. Bye.
Good. Au revoir. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Adriano.
Please, bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Tschüss.
Wiedersehen.
Cheers.
Tschüss.
Bye. Congratulations again.
Yes. Bernard, can I have a word with you before you leave?
Okay, that's okay.
Wait a moment. Because I wanted to ask you about Mars and Moon Gallery and how to include it in the SRI. And I wanted to do by the end of September a meeting with all artists which are interested in working with us, because I wanted to.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Maybe we can do that then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, because I wanted to organize for next year conference, art conference, and so we can do something and make a concept out of this, and What do you think? Would it be a good idea? That, I wanted to call for a theme for this for the next year to work on it, and maybe we can do something like a concept. Maybe you have an idea if it takes a solar system for the first year, and the